Alright, my name is Jeremy Freeman. I'm going to be going over the final project. Let me go do that again. So because I died after restart, but you can see the gameplay. We have our terrain, our objects coming at us. We have an NPC in the middle. You can jump over them. You can dodge them. And then we have a sound effect triggered when you hit it, like that. So I'll give you more demonstration of it. And then that's my 5 minutes of gameplay. So you can see the player moves when you move left, right, up, down. You can also see the camera move with the player and then the score get tracked. And then I will now hit obstacles so I die. Okay. Now, if we go to our PDF for the code that I worked on, we have all our import statements. We'll go into the public class runner game. The purpose of this class is manage the entire game. It handles the game window using GLFW, player and NPC, the main player and AI controlled non-player character. It has the terrain and also has the obstacles, and it also has the music and sound effects. This is where we run it. This is to make sure all the sounds are restarted. And then for the public void init, it creates our game window, sets up our 3D perspective, initializes the game objects, and loads the audio assets. And then we have our player, new player, we have an NPC, we have the initializing the sound. This is more initializing of the sound. We'll keep going. This is our load death sound. So we have our death sound on a buffer with our load sound having the file name, so our death.ogg. We want to create the sound source, so we create the sound source with our death sound buffer. And then we have our catch statement in case something goes wrong. This is where we initialize our music. Same thing as our death sound, but this is just running the whole game instead of being triggered. We have a private void load sound, and this is just a loader so that we can load the sound file into the game correctly in the correct format without breaking anything using OpenAL. Then we have our loop. This loop processes the keyboard inputs, and then updates the objects and checks for collision and draws all the game objects. So you can see all our update statements, our spawning statements for spawning obstacles, rendering our players, rendering the terrain. Then we have our update player movement. So we have our key presses taking in the keyboard input. Let's keep going. This is our spawn obstacles. So it takes in a certain amount of time and takes in the current time as the last obstacle time, puts it at a distance away from the player, then spawns in the obstacle. We have 2 lanes. We have our -2F lane, our 0F, and our 2F lane. So this is left, center, right lane. It takes one at random, spawns the obstacle in, and then brings the obstacle with a negative speed towards the player, so it looks like it's coming right at the player. Here's our update statement. This is our check collision statement to check if the obstacle has collided with the player. If so, the game over becomes true. We stop our music, we play our death sound. For our update score and draw score, this is all the statements to draw the score with char arrays and enabling the GLLs and making the vertexes. We'll skip through most of this. This is lighting. Most of this code comes from the starter drive class for homework 10. So all the blue is kind of the starter. Player class, this does the movement controls, physics for jumping, collision detecting with obstacles, and 3D rendering using geometric shapes. So we have our lanes, our move speed. This is the same move statements from our driving class, but I just added lane width in here. So you can see lane width, so that the player doesn't move outside the boundaries. Same jumping. We have our rendering. Let's see. This is checking collides with. If jumping returns false, can jump over obstacles. So this is our whole NPC player AI motion. So we have our full decision timer, random equals random. So this is spawning. It's making the new player that's an NPC, it's giving it a decision time to say stay left, right, middle, and then it's telling it to jump over the obstacles once they get to a certain distance. And we're taking the math statements with the get x and get y. This is our class for our obstacle. Spawns obstacles at regular intervals, 1.5 seconds. Randomly places them in one of the 3 lanes and moves towards the player at current speed. We have our OBJ loader. Class terrain. This is our terrain class. This is spawning in the terrain, which is a 3-track. You can see with the segments, the float length, with all our vertices. Our rendering system uses the OpenGL, builds more basic shapes. It builds the cubes, the spheres, the lighting, the materials. And then that's about it. There is no peer-to-peer multiplayer support because my teammates were supposed to work on that, but no one ever did. And all this is my code besides the blue, which is the starter code, and no one else in my team was willing or able to help me. So I just completed the game by myself to my best of my ability.